Well, I have just a couple more quick matters, and then we will wrap up. I appreciate your time this morning, Mr. Bernhardt, and the level and the detail to which you have responded to colleagues' questions here. It is greatly appreciated. Just very, very quickly here, I noted in my opening statement that you have received the endorsement of the Alaska Federation of Natives. I think that is significant, certainly considering, again, the very unique relationship between Alaska's tribes and the federal government, and through the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act of 1971. We're coming up on our 50th anniversary here. But we recognize that many of the commitments that were made under ANCSA remain unfulfilled. That is something that we try to chip away at, but it's been frustrating at times as we felt that the pace has just been very, very slow. So just very briefly, your commitment to ensuring that the federal government's commitments to Alaska Natives under ANCSA will be met, and what you can do to ensure that we see more meaningful consultation with Native Americans, not only in Alaska, but around the country. This is an area of concern that I continue to hear, that there's a level of inconsistency with what consultation is and does and means. Some agencies are better than others. But again, it's making sure that this is more than just a check-the-box exercise. So just very briefly, if you would, for the
Well, first off, and you're largely responsible for this, we have the best Indian Affairs hallway that we've had in a very long time. And Tara, John, Mark, it's an incredible group. They're talented. They're doing great things in the way they've separated BIA and BIA and BIE. So one of the things we're doing is making sure that the other agencies understand consultation a little better. But we are completely committed. I have an A team, and I'll do whatever they ask in terms of helping them.
Well, I appreciate you giving them that latitude, that flexibility to really build this out, because I do believe you have extraordinary experts in place. And of course, in Alaska, we're very, very proud of Tara Sweeney and all that she is doing there. Within the lands package, there was a provision that we were able to include that we were very pleased that the president actually singled it out when we were there at the signing for the ceremony in the Oval Office, and this related to the Alaska Native Veterans lands allotment. One of the provisions, again, that we looked to, we've been working on for decades, and finally we will see an opportunity for those who served us in Vietnam to be able to receive their native allotments that they were unable to take opportunity while they were serving. And I think it's fair to say we've been kind of tempering the expectations, because we know there is now a process that needs to unfold in order to implement that program. But I would ask you and your team there to be working aggressively to try to advance implementation with regards to the native allotments. It has been a long time in coming, and I think it's a fair statement to say that many who have been waiting are anxious and eager to understand what their next steps will be. So I'd like your commitment to be working on that.
Absolutely. It did not go unnoticed to me that the president specifically mentioned that.
Yeah.
You know, we just formed yesterday this task force for implementation. I'll sit down with Joe, the Assistant Secretary for Land and Minerals. We'll figure out what we need to do, and we'll move toot sweet. One of the task force's jobs is to come back to me in 30 days with the schedule. So I'll work on that, and the Assistant Secretary will, and we'll get back to you.
Great. I appreciate that as well. And you know, that was another initiative that Secretary Zinke singled out and said, we have to make some headway on that. And working with him, working with Senator Sullivan and you on this and the others, it is greatly appreciated. Finally, I just want to make sure that we've clarified for the record here some of the issues that were raised earlier by a couple colleagues. And I appreciate that there was some hard questions for you here, but it must be exceptionally hard to sit in a committee, to sit where you are, and to have it not only be suggested, but to be stated that you have lied. That is very difficult. I think it is unnecessary. We can take hard questions around here, but I want to make sure that you have an opportunity, a final opportunity, to just provide very clearly, because it's my understanding that the Office of Government Ethics has completed the review process for your nomination and found you to be in good standing. Is that a correct statement?
That is correct.
It's also my understanding that Interior's designated agency ethics official has determined that you will, and this is in quotes, be in compliance with the conflicts of interest laws and regulations that will apply if you're confirmed as secretary. Is that also correct?
That is correct.
So I am very satisfied with these answers, but is there anything else that you would like to add for the record this morning to any concerns that were raised or statements made by members that you believe deserve a response?
Well, I certainly didn't lie to the senator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bernhardt, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you to your family who are there to back you. I, again, appreciate all that you have done prior to this time in giving guidance, giving counsel, and truly helping us move in a direction that is positive for this country. I look forward to a rapid confirmation through the process and to see you put in full capacity as Secretary of the Interior. With that, the committee stands adjourned.